But this is the Hungarian Grand Prix. We're waiting for the lights to go green. This is what T-Bone's looking at right now. Clean field is 1 lap, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4, 5. And the Hungarian Grand Prix is go now! And that's not a brilliant start that way from T-Bone. He seems to have held it all the way there. As you can see, is he going to hold it all the way down to turn 1? He does! There's issues there, we can see all the way down the field. There's cars with broken front wings. There's cars going absolutely everywhere. As you can see, Benny Boy struggling there. He's got McLaren off as well. It looks like the computer system's gone absolutely AWOL. There's a lot of ghosted cars out there as well. So we're not exactly sure. Oh, who was that? It's Puppy Junior getting out of the way. There's a Ferrari in the wall. And that may well be absolute curtains for the Ferrari. It's Toon Fan out of the race. Big shame for him. We're going to go back to T-Bone. We love it. It's going to be safety car surely for that. It does look like Toon on the first lap as well. Optics up to P2. So Civics really didn't get away from the start. It looked like T-Bone, from my point of view, did get bogged down. Optics has got himself a penalty. Right, it is time to step on the gas. So T-Bone does get a good start there from the opposite line. We can see the Renault under pressure there to hold of Civics into P3, but he's held it as well. As you can see, Dimba in also at 5th position, so it looks like they've all pretty much managed to stay in the order that they were. As you can just see a fight running back there is the Racing Point getting all that position. Ah, it's a big shame for Dragon on Speed. It's Bell Hero that seems to have lost out with that one. He's out of the race. He was looking back at the car at the time. Big shame a bit further down the field. And he will take no further part in the Hungarian Grand Prix. So safety car, is it being deployed again? Doesn't look like it. Just a yellow flag in Sector 2. That will be the first part of Sector 2. That's the reason why there's a false idiot. Oh, Super Steve's got himself a 5-second stop and go penalty. So more action there, unfortunately, for Super Steve getting himself involved. Cars behind him, let's go back for the battle for GFO Leclerc. He's about to make his move on Mr. Italy. He does, he goes up to 6th position. Can he hold it? Rambit has been watching those tyres. He keeps locking them up. And it does look like there, GFO Leclerc is clear up into P6. His next target is going to be Brambit, as we can just see him locking up again. He does not want to be doing that against Leclerc. Now, is Leclerc going to be looking all in here to make a move? Be risky if he has. Of course, we did see him make a terrible mistake in choosing right racing this time last week. And Brambit's lost it. For the time being, watching that concrete curb into the last corner, he will get DRS. As you can see there, who is that pitting? It's Doomstring is coming in. He was on the soft tyres as well, so his medium runners are really going to benefit from that safety car. Speed trying to take 5th position away from Matty Smith, and then touched into turn 1. It looks like wheel to wheel, so it's not too bad. He does get out of it though, the Dragon on Speed. So Sportsmanship Award of the Day goes to him for that. As Jonathan Cox having his own little battle there with Matty Smith. He's getting himself a time penalty for cutting turn 4. That's not the way T-Bone wants to be taking that, especially on hard tyres. Now, so a pit stop will take you potentially down to P6. This way you want to see GFO Leclerc really get on the gas. He wants to do a fast lap of the race right now to make the gap to T-Bone as short as possible. So, after the pit stops, we've seen GFO Leclerc move up to P1. He was coming through the field nicely. Because of the pit stops, he has moved back up to P1. So we've got the top 5 drivers who have yet to stop. It's Matty Smith. He's holding up T-Bone currently. And this will be an absolute saving grace for GFO Leclerc and Mr. Elite. And FDH, they pushed him out of the way pretty much. T-Bone. We've got yellows in Sector 2, it's a McLaren, it's Puppy Junior, who is out of the race, and does that cause a safety car? It is a virtual safety car. Now, FDH, this will be time to pit. Doesn't want to do that. Now he decides to pit, and unfortunately it's dinner time for T-Bone. As you can see, FDH there struggling to get his hard tyres. down to the 50-mile-an-hour limit. GFO Leclerc will get him on the track, but for the moment he's disconnected. So we should see him a lot slower than what he is. 30H deciding to go for the soft tyre. Very well for him, going through what's that, 26 laps. GFO temporarily takes P2 in this race. I think he has come back to... No, he hasn't. So unfortunately at the moment he hasn't. And the Haas deciding that he wants a bit of an AlphaTauri Haas Texas toast sandwich. Don't think he likes Texas toast very much. He's taken apart half his Texas breakfast today. I think he wants the other half as well, in the way of Mr. Elite. So he's always got doom shutters. Yellow flags in sector 1. We're about to find out why what's going on. It's a yellow flag in sector 1 to complete this lap. GFO Leclerc, no yellow flags. The pass for Leclerc looks like will stand. Leclerc will stay. Now his yellow flags, they can't move because there's a Renault on track. He's dragging on speed. He's been disqualified for being parked in a dangerous location. So big shame for him. It didn't harness it did harness though the defence of Mr. Elite. He's going to be annoyed about that. He wasn't allowed to have another fight back at GFO Leclerc for P3, and he's going to fuck the road at the top of the hill. Shock of the race to 2. Jonathan Cox is about to start his white flag lap. He does indeed start his white flag lap. Well, let's talk about him for 1 second. So he's done extremely well. He's the guy to beat in both leagues. In most leagues, we have to say. He secured the TNR championship last week. He didn't win this race in FNR. He was on the podium though because of a lap 1 issue. He pretty much has controlled the Hungarian Grand Prix, being on the right tyre at the right time. He's made that switch from the front row, from the hard tyre to the soft, from the soft tyre to the hard tyre at the best time. It's been a comparative drive for him. He chased down FTH. He didn't pass him on the road, he didn't need to. FTH, a stunning drive as well to hold off T-Bone for so long on older tyres. But the victory didn't elude him. It eluded him last week. It's not going to elude him this week. It's a third try of tying. It's T-Bone for dinner. T-Bone wins the Hungarian Grand Prix. Fantastic win, third time lucky for the T-Bone. It's going to be T-Bone all round there. FTH does come through to make it an all-beef first and second. He's finished his second, FTH, 10 seconds back. We've got Mr. Elite, fantastic, a really strong opponent for driver of the day for P3. It's Mr. Elite 44. It's GFO Leclerc finishes 4th on the road because of penalties. He's down to P5. It's JML Doomset that finishes 4th. Fantastic for him. Very well deserved in the second half. It's Civics that finishes P6. Benny Boy we're waiting on to finish in P7. He's round to the last sector now. It's making it in there, the Williams. On the medium side, there's 13 laps on them. Very well done to Benny Boy. Very well deserved points for Benny Boy today. That's P7. It's P8 for Mr. Extremist. Brambit is about to join us for P9. Across the line, he is a 5-second penalty unserved. Unfortunately, he keeps ahead of VSL Optics. He will be the last point finisher in the Ferrari. And well, it's time to breathe again. Now, fantastic race, absolutely enjoyed it. We had a bit of everything in that race. It's saying GFO Leclerc driver of the day. For me, the internet issues really will definitely cost him a place on the podium. It's T-Bone's day for the victory. Third time of asking around the Hungaroring from the numerous events he's in. So without a win, he finished on the podium here on Friday. 4th on last Tuesday. This time it's a top step for the Italian.